गुड मॉर्निंग बेंगलोर। देखिए हम इस साल फिर से चले आए आपके पास, आपके थैंक यू आपके शहर के ट्रैफिक को चीरते हुए चले आए आप लोगों से मिलने। नो बट यू नो आई मस्ट कन्फेस, लास्ट नाइट आई लिटरली फ्लू फ्रॉम द एयरपोर्ट टू माई होटल। उड़ के पहुंचे एकदम हम। नो सीरियसली, द अमाउंट ऑफ टाइम इट टुक मी फ्रॉम to fly from Delhi to Bangalore and the driving time from the airport to the hotel were exactly the same. तो मतलब एक उड़ान के बाद दूसरी हवाई उड़ान भी का महसूस मिल गया हमको अवसर. But I have to be a little careful about these things. I mean, last time I was here, I had a few things to say about your traffic last time as well. And then a few people who attended this Neve Lit Fest last year, they came to Delhi and some of them knew me and they called me, messaged me, and they were not very happy. So I also took a few screenshots. This is one lady who came in November last year, good friend. She said, "Hi Kapil, I was in your city, and by the way, it took me 1.5 hours to reach the airport from Sarojini Nagar." Sarojini Nagar is South Delhi, close to the airport. So I said, "Oh, that's terrible. Can I help?" "No, you cannot. But since you were all praises for the Bangalore traffic at Neve last year, I thought you should know." Then a friend, he said, "Hey mate, 45 minutes from Mahipalpur to T3 Delhi last night. I'd rather have walked to the airport. Mahipalpur is very close to the airport." I said, "You weren't at Neve Lit Fest in September, were you? और आए थे तो मिले क्यों नहीं?" No, I wasn't there, but I watched the recording. देखिए ऐसा है, हमने कभी नहीं कहा कि दिल्ली में ट्रैफिक साए साए घूमता है. हाँ, you made yourself famous for your traffic. I can't help it. Delhi is famous for a lot more. So, and I won't get into that right now. But coming back to my session, this session is called "May the Folk Be With You." What comes to your mind when you hear this phrase, "May the folk be with you"? Star Wars. Is it? Do you think there's similarity between that poles apart, "May the force be with you" and "May the folk be with you"? Come on. Yeah, go ahead. Everyone should support you. What else? What comes to your mind when you hear the word folk tale, folk stories? Yes. Yeah. Passed down stories. Cultural. What else? Lot of singing. We'll do that. I promise you that. What else? Yes. Here. I'll repeat what you just said if you want. A couple of more mics maybe. Oh no, he does nothing. What else? Clan, tribe. Yeah, so this folk tale, I would have told you that this folk story comes from the central part of Uttar Pradesh, because when I was a young boy, my grandmother who lived in Lucknow, she told me the story first. But then later, before I got married, my wife, who's Bengali, she told me a Bangla version of this tale. So I don't really know what to say to you, where this story comes from. And I should not really get into this controversy as well, because if I call it a Uttar Pradesh ki lok katha, then this gentleman is recording, and recording is very problematic, you just know that, and my wife will just get this recording, there'll be a problem. If I call it a Bangla folk tale, then my nani who's living peacefully up there somewhere, वो आएंगे नीचे बोलेंगे अभी आ रहे हैं तुम्हें बताने. So let's, since you mentioned tribe and clan and people, who are these folks, these people, this clan in the folk tale? Barbers. Yeah, well, that's one folk tale, but in general, who are these people? Sorry? Us. Thank you so much. So one thing that is very important is that when a folk tale is being told or performed or recited, the people who are part of that experience, they are the people responsible for that folk tale. So we have great responsibility tonight, or this morning, all right, yeah? And since these people are so important, since we all are so important, it'll be a good idea to get a sense of who these us are for a few minutes, yeah? Let's do that. We'll play a short game. It's called "And." A and D, where A stands for agree, all right? D stands for disagree, and N stands for neutral, yeah? So if you agree with the statement I make, you raise both your hands. Can you raise both your hands? All right. If you disagree with the statement I make, you just let them go down, all right? You throw them downwards. But if you're neutral, you kind of raise one hand and one goes down. Yeah? Can you do that as well? All right. And the statements I'm going to make are in first person, okay? Like I, but it doesn't mean I'm talking about me. I'm talking about all of us, each one of us. So let's try that, okay? I live in India. All right, super. I live in Bangalore. All right. I am from Bangalore. Okay. Okay, one more condition. The idea is to get a sense of the people here, okay? So this is not just about me. I know I'm facing all of you. For the rest of you, it might be slightly difficult. So once you raise or throw down your hands or be neutral, just very quickly take a look around what the rest of us are doing without judging anybody, okay? And you have to be brutally honest about your this or that or this. But you have to check what the world around you, this tambu mein jo log baithe hain, what are they doing, all right? So I speak Kannada. Okay, that's about 30-40% here. I can follow Kannada. Okay, that's quite a few. I love non-vegetarian food. That's like 70%, 80%. I love egg. Wow, that's okay. These two questions are for the caterers of the Lit Fest. People, you know this now. I love my greens. ये देखिए झूठ बोलने का नहीं है. Okay, I think I cannot imagine a world without chocolates. I hate milk. You don't hate milk? The children, come on, you can be honest. Nobody will judge you. Good going. All right. I am addicted to my gadget. Wow, you're now getting honest here. I spend more than 4 hours on my gadget every day. Okay, I use sus or bruh when I speak. You use sus and bruh. Okay, when I feel like laughing, I say ha lol. No? You know, lol, by the way, was a word I learned when I was a young boy. It stands for laugh out loud. It's meant to be written, not to be spoken. Can you imagine if we were to use things that were supposed to be written and we were going to speak them? How would it look like? Imagine talking to your teacher and saying, "Teacher, I can't come to school tomorrow because I'm going out with my parents." Teacher says, "All right, thank you, teacher, obediently yours." Or meeting a colleague and saying, "Oh, did you get that mail from me?" "Yes, warm regards." Or, "Hey mate, how's life?" "Best." That's what we would sound like. That's what you sound like when you say, "Ha lol." Okay, I learned one new thing during the lockdown. One new thing, at least one new thing. No? All right? No, all right. Okay, quite a few. I did not get my hair cut during the lockdown. No? I did. I got someone else in my house to cut my hair during the lockdown. You know, the place where I live, so I come from Lucknow, but I live in a place called Noida, which is close to Delhi. You don't need a haircut there, by the way. Because the water in Noida is so magical. And as a result, the rate of hair fall is always greater than the rate of hair growth. You want evidence? Look at this. So in my Shoshur-bari, which is in Calcutta, they call this Meghe Dhaka Chand, which is बादलों में छुपा हुआ चांद. I think actually अभी थोड़ा गलत हो गया है, थोड़ा सा चांद ज़्यादा दिखा. I should call it मेरा चांद मुझे आया है नजर kind of thing. ना? All right, since we've done a bit of physical warm-up here, let's also do a very quick vocal warm-up with a song that I'm hoping most of you know. I learned this as a child, not from my nani, but from a film called Masoom. And if I'm not wrong, the lead actor of that film is going to be here tonight or tomorrow night? Tonight. And, oh yes, and I heard you also have a quiz tomorrow, so very quickly, just to do a quick quiz with you guys, just name the instruments. What instrument is this? Lovely. What? एक तारा नहीं है. So it's an instrument that comes from US, but it's a Native American instrument. They call it a thunder drum or a thunder tube. And the myth goes, the legend goes that in America, when it did not rain, people would go out and shake this because this kept lightning and thunder inside it. And when they played it for a few hours, it would begin to rain. So it would sound like, can you just put this on, please? This mic. Sound. The guitar. Listen to this. Does it or does it not have some thunder, yeah? All right, and one last instrument is... What is that? This is an instrument that comes from pretty close quarters, by the way. It's called a kanjira, or a ganjira, or a khanjira. All right? It is an Indian instrument, South Indian, Carnatic instrument. It's played along with the ghatam or the mridangam. Yeah? It's called a kanjira. At the moment it's very flat, but... All right, super. And so we get on with the song. I don't have a lot of time, I know that. Okay. Since you all know this, 1, 2. लकड़ी की काठी काठी पे घोड़ा मारा हथौड़ा दौड़ा दौड़ा तुम उठा के once more लकड़ी की काठी घोड़ा louder घोड़े की दुम पे जो मारा हथौड़ा दौड़ा ला 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 घोड़ा पहुंचा चौक में था नाई नाई जी ने घोड़े की हजामत जो बनाई तब तक घोड़ा पहुंचा चौक में था louder घोड़े की हजामत जो बनाई दौड़ा 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 घोड़ा तुम उठा के काठी काठी पे घोड़ा घोड़े की दुम पे जो मारा हथौड़ा दौड़ा दौड़ा तो घोड़ा पहुंचा चौक में था नाई व्हाट्स अ नाई और किस नाम से बुलाते हैं बाबा को हजाम हजामत पे भी हम आते हैं हजाम और व्हाट यू कॉल इन कन्नड़ा शौरिका इज दैट द वर्ड नो नाई इज व्हाट यू यूज नाई बाबा हजाम या एंड व्हाट इज अ हजामत शेव व्हाट एल्स बाबर्स No. That's the salon. That's where he does it. Hajamat is the act of doing what the hajam does, which is shaving. What else? Malish, champi, haircut. All of this. और क्या? Hajamat, champi, shave, haircut. Yes, all of that is hajamat. I'm sorry, what was that? Barbers are the hajam. So, but the next time you go to a hajam shop, this is what you say to the hajam, okay? And you repeat this after me. कि वो दाढ़ी बना दे, दाढ़ी बना दे, मूंछ सजा दे, बाल काट दे, मालिश कर दे, रगड़ रगड़ के, जकड़ जकड़ के. You do this again. दाढ़ी बना दे, मूंछ सजा दे, बाल काट दे, मालिश कर दे, रगड़ रगड़ के, जकड़ जकड़ के, चंपी कर दे, चंपो कर दे. Have you heard the word champo? Champo is a Hindi word, no longer it's an archaic word now, it's not in use. But 200 years ago, the British took this word and made a word that is very, very popular. Shampoo. So, champi kar de, champo kar de, chapad chapad ke, ragad ragad ke, jakad jakad ke. Okay, let's take it from the top. दाढ़ी बना दे, मूंछ सजा दे, बाल काट दे, मालिश कर दे, रगड़ रगड़ के, जकड़ जकड़ के, चंपी कर दे, चंपो कर दे, चपड़ चपड़ के, रगड़ रगड़ के, जकड़ जकड़ के. So this is hajamat. But you know the place where I come from, which is Lucknow, वहां पे हजामत का एक और मतलब होता है. पिटाई. तो क्या होता है जब adults, which are mostly an impatient lot, when they completely lose their patience, they'll find them in Lucknow saying, बहुत परेशान कर रहे हो, अभी हजामत करते हैं तुम्हारी. So hajamat is also a methodology that the parents use for reshaping their kids for a better tomorrow. Yeah, isn't it? All right. So this one is a story that of a big country with a big kingdom, which was going through a very peculiar, very strange problem. And the problem was that the Barbers, the hajams of the kingdom, were disappearing one after the other. And the bigger problem was that nobody in the kingdom had the guts to talk about it. Now you might think, why was nobody talking about such a serious matter? You see, once or twice every month, a hajam was invited to the king's court to give the king his hajamat. But after the hajamat, he was nowhere to be seen. He would not go back home, nowhere to be seen at all. Now you might ask, why would the hajams then even go visit the king after all, isn't it? But tell me something. Can you say no to a king's invite? Why? Why can't you say no to a king's invite? What will the king do? He'll beat you. He'll pull your hair out of your head. He'll chop off your head. Yeah, he could do that. What else? Slightly less serious maybe also. He'll punish you. Let's leave it at that, He'll put you in the jail. Think about it. If the Prime Minister of your country invites you to his place for a cup of tea, can you say no to his invite? Yes? Of course you can say no to him. And that's the one big difference between the kings of those times and the prime ministers of today. If the king of those times decided to use up all the money in his treasury to build a large statue of himself or somebody else, you couldn't object. But you can object if your prime minister does so. You couldn't object if the king decided to make the silver coins in his kingdom invalid all of a sudden. But you can object if your prime minister does so. You couldn't object if the king decided to fell thousands and thousands of trees to build a palatial complex for himself or his ministers. But you can object if your prime minister does so. You couldn't object if the king decided that some group of people can no longer live in his kingdom. But you must object if your prime minister does so. And similarly, if the hajams started disappearing after giving your prime minister a hajamat, what can you do? Huh? But if they start disappearing, yeah, you can stop. You can certainly not send any more hajams. So you cannot send any more hajams to the prime minister. Thank you. What else? You can raise an alarm. Yeah? You can report the matter to the police. You can have a search operation conducted. But could you do such a thing if the hajams disappeared from the king's palace? You couldn't even talk about it. In fact, you couldn't even think about it. So all the hajams, all the barbers in the kingdom, they were really worried. They were very scared of their future, of their lives. Now what is the option in front of them? What do they do now? Any ideas? Huh? Some mics, please. They could run away from the kingdom. Thank you. That's what. So some of them ran away from the kingdom. Go ahead.
Another option is they can quit their job and get another one.
So they quit, some of them quit their jobs of hajams and did other things like pottery. What else, yeah?
They could also hide. They can hide.
So some of them went and hid somewhere in the forest right beside the kingdom. Yeah, so some of them ran away. Some of them went to the forest and started living there. Some of them quit their jobs and started doing pottery. Some of them got into other business. Yeah, but one day, there was not a single hajam. That came a time where there was no hajam inside the kingdom. But once again, it was that time of the month when the king needed a haircut, a trim, a massage, a champi, a champo. Raja ji ne kaha, सिपाहियों, एक हजाम को पेश किया जाए, जो कि हमारी 1, 2, 3 go दाढ़ी बना दे, मूंछ सजा दे, बाल काट दे, मालिश कर दे, रगड़ रगड़ के, चंपी कर दे, चंपो कर दे, चपड़ चपड़ के, रगड़ रगड़ के, जकड़ जकड़ के. But there is not a single hajam left in this kingdom anymore, Raja ji. What do we go and tell the Raja? Swalpa adjust mari, sir. We can't, na? So all the king's horses and all the king's men started looking for a hajam outside the kingdom. And the first hajam they spotted was a man named Babban. Babban Hajam. Now Babban Hajam, while he stayed outside the kingdom, knew well what was going on inside the kingdom. And like everybody else, he was quite curious to know what was this disappearing of hajam's matter that was going on. But what he did not know, that there will come a day when he will be invited for the king's hajamat. Now, could he say no to the king's invitation? So he went away with all the king's horses and all the king's men to the king's palace. Yeah? And as he walked, he arrived at the king's palace's staircase. He walked up. He walked into the king's court, into the king's private chambers, into the king's room. And right there, in a dark room behind a black curtain, he could see Rajaji awaiting his arrival. So Babban bowed before the king. Namo, Namo, Rajaji, Namo, Namo. My name is Babban. I've come for your hajamat. Oh my God, it's too dark in here. Rajaji, मैं पर्दे हटा देता हूँ. I'll just remove the curtains. Don't you dare touch the curtains, Babban Hajam. You will leave the curtains where they are. But Rajaji, I can't see a single thing. So, aren't you a skilled Hajam? Now don't waste my time and get on with the job. Ji, Rajaji. I can't see a single thing. Rajaji, it seems you've worn a big pagdi, a big turban. Can I please remove that? Okay, people. Rajaji is wearing a big turban. Yeah. It'll take 9 rounds to untie it. How many? Okay, I'll need your help. I can't see a single thing out there. Could you please help me? Give me a count, please. Yeah? I'll give you a start. Wait. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go. Right, thank you. Oh, what is this? Rajaji, there's something on your head. I'll have to remove the curtains. Sorry. Don't you remove the curtains, Babban Hajam. Oh. This weight, this heavy weight. I wonder what sins I committed in my previous birth to get these wretched horns, Babban Hajam. I look ghastly, don't I? Like a monster, like a rakshas. Do you know, Babban Hajam? I can't even remove my pagdi, my turban when I go to sleep. What do I do? What do I do? No, Bangalore, you will not help me. Come on. What do I do? You don't have any ideas? Yes. You know what? I can't even hear anything now. Can someone go and give a mic to that child?
So like you can tell the person that you can.
I can shake the horns.
No, you can tell.
Appreciate it.
You can tell the king that you won't tell anyone about these horns and tell him to spare your life.
Okay. Rajaji, well, these horns don't look too bad. In fact, they look good, pretty good. And no one dare shout or make fun of you. No one dare laugh at you. You could punish them if. What do you think? What do you think happened to the other Hajams? Rajaji, what happened to the other Hajams? Did you kill them? Rajaji? No, but they've been banished into the dungeons, Babban Hajam. I cannot risk my exposure, you see. और फिर तुम हजामों के पेट में कोई बात हजम हुई है आज तक? Bye. going to throw me into the dance. You laugh. What do I do? Just like that, he'll spare my life, huh?
Be bold.
Be bold. Yeah, you come here, you see what boldness is.
Tell him that if he doesn't save your life, you'll run away and tell everybody else.
I have enemies here, it seems. Who was that? Yeah.
Cut his head.
Just run off.
Just run off. I'm inside the palace, in his private chambers, in this dark room. Just run off. This is not Chinnaswamy Stadium.
Just tell him to spare your life.
I'll try that.
You can tell him it's okay to have horns. It's okay, and don't worry about it. Many people have different unique identities in them.
Yeah. No, that's all very good, huh? Very
Kick
good.
him.
Hit him, yeah. Let me try. Rajaji, please spare my life. Rajaji, I will not tell anybody. I promise I will keep your, I'll guard your secret for the rest of my life. And you won't have to look for another hajam anymore, Rajaji. I'll be back every 2 weeks to give you a hajamat. It's, not a word, Babban Hajam. Not a word will you utter. My people are all over the kingdom and even outside the kingdom. Slightest hint of gossip and they'll be off with your head. Not a word. Not a word. No, Rajaji, is tail ki kasam, is blade ki kasam, is कैंची की कसम, is फिटकरी की कसम. You know what फिटकरी is? Alum, yeah, okay, you ask your parents what it is. I don't have time to explain. Is shaving cream ki kasam, Rajaji. Not a word. Oh, people of Bangalore, thank you. I will give each one of you a special hajamat through this year until next NLF. I promise. And I will not make fun of your traffic. So that is how this hajamat was conducted. And the king made Babban his personal hajam after this hajamat, which meant that Babban was now a royal barber, a Shahi hajam. And when he went back home, the people, the neighbors, they were all surprised. They were taken aback. They said, "Arey bhai Babban, तुमने ऐसा क्या कर दिया कि बाकी हजाम गायब, तुम बच गए मियां?" Now Babban laughed it off. But as he did, he felt a slight rumble in his tummy. But once every 2 weeks, Babban was back in the king's private chambers, जहां पे वो राजा जी की 1, 2, 3 go दाढ़ी बना दे. जकड़ चपड़ के. And each time he was back home, the people at home, what would they say? क्यों भाई बब्बन, तुमने ऐसा क्या कर दिया कि बाकी हजाम गायब और तुम बच गए मियां? But by now, Babban's tummy had turned into an angry ball of fire. He started bloating. It had turned into a hot air balloon. Why do you think that was happening? Yeah, he was not able to keep the king's secret a secret. He wanted to vomit it out to somebody, anybody. But then he remembered that he had promised the king that he'd guard the secret for the rest of his life. He won't share it with anybody. Well, it was now between him and the king. Babban was one night, he was very restless. He was not getting any sleep. He was tossing and turning. And then he decided that he has to do something about it. And he got up and he ran straight to the forest. And in the forest, he saw this large tree. And in the tree, he made a small hole. And in the hole, he shouted, Raja ji ke duitho singh! Raja ji ke duitho singh! Now, Dui means in Awadhi. This is Awadhi, okay? It's a language that I should know fluently. I don't. My nani did. Dui means two, and tho is something where something's tangible. 2 units of something. So what did he shout? And sing, of course, are the horns. So he shouted, Raja ji ke duitho singh! Raja ji ke duitho singh! Can you repeat that? 1, 2, 3, go. Raja ji ke duitho singh! And after that, Babban heaved a sigh of relief. Do you know how to heave a sigh of relief? Can you do that? You can't imagine how relieved he was. He felt like a farmer who after years and years of drought finds rain. Like a thirsty traveler who after days and days of going without water finds a pond. Like you all here who after going hours and hours of holding your pee in this Bangalore traffic find a toilet. There was no rumbling in his tummy anymore. He was feeling good about himself. He was hungry, he was sleeping well, he was drinking well, and he was back in the king's chambers as fresh as a daisy, jahan pe wo Raja ji ki 2, 3, go. But have you heard the saying, दीवारों के भी कान होते हैं? What does it mean? So when someone wants to tell somebody a secret and doesn't want anybody else to hear, they use this. The walls have ears. पर दीवारों के तो कान होते हैं. पर आपको पता है, पेड़ों के पास सिर्फ कान ही नहीं, जान भी होती है. Now that tree that was holding the king's secret turned dry soon after. And the woodcutters came and cut the tree down. That tree went to the carpenters who made long sleepers of wood. And that wood went to timber merchants. And the timber merchants sold it to an artisan, to a craftsman who crafted 3 musical instruments. And as luck would have it, I have those 3 instruments. So the first instrument was the harmonium. The second was the kanjira. And the third was the tabla. Now, I wasn't the first buyer of these instruments, by the way, but the people who bought this instrument first turned out to be the musicians who played at the king's court. Now, the king, he was a relieved man. He was very happy. So he decided to throw a party for everyone, a literature festival party, a Neve Lit Fest party. You know, because he thought that books and stories are the means to help his people travel world over and meet different kinds of people. So everyone from the kingdom turned up. And of course, so there were master classes, there was dance, there was food, there was talks, there was theater, there was storytelling, of course, and there was music. And for the music to begin, 3 new instruments were opened. What was the first instrument? Okay, now this set of people, you represent the harmonium. All right? The second instrument was the kanjira. So you, the 2 rows here, and the 2 rows here, you represent the kanjira. And the third instrument was the tabla, and you all represent the tabla. So when the music was about to begin, the harmonium player opened his harmonium and was about to sing when the harmonium went on itself and it said this. What is it saying? Raja ji ke duito sing, Raja ji ke duito sing, Raja ji ke duito sing, Raja ji ke duito sing. Can you repeat that? 1, 2, 3. Raja ji ke duito sing, Raja ji ke duito sing, Raja ji ke duito. Now the kanjira that was just lying around started doing this. Kisne kaha? Kisne kaha? Kisne kaha? Kisne kaha? Kanjira people, kisne kaha? Kisne kaha? There was a lot of tension in the courtroom. So the tabla player decided, let me just dispel this tension by playing, but the tabla started playing. Babban hajam, babban. So what did the harmonium say? 1, 2, 3, go. And the kanjira? Now, Babban Hajam was right there, sitting right there, and he didn't understand what was going on. He said, Rajaji, I promise I did not share it with anybody. I kept my word, Rajaji. I just shared it with a tree. The tree is not anybody. Tree is just wood. Rajaji, it's not my fault, Rajaji. It's not my fault. Now, while he was saying this, the soldiers caught hold of Babban, and they were about to take him to the dungeons when a young girl came running. Can you please give him a mic? I know I'm done with my time. Can you just give her a mic, please? Will you say something? Yeah? What would the girl say? What would the girl say to the king? Yeah, so you can ask. You want to see them? You want to see the two horns? Why don't you ask the king? So why right when Babban, you can say that. That's a good place. Yeah, right there. Okay, super. Right when the king, the soldiers are about to take Babban away, a little girl came running to the king and said,
Can I see your horns?
what did you say?
Can I see your horns?
No, I know what you said for the first time. I was just trying to scare you, and quite clearly, that's not working. You really want to see my horns?
Yes.
Friends, should I show her my horns? You do know the count, don't you? I'm going to go inside. Give me the count. I'll give you the start. 1, 2, 3, go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Soldiers, give me my guitar. Oh, तो यही है. है ना इसमें कोई डींग. You know what ding means? Tall tales. है ना इसमें कोई डींग. हाँ जी हमरे दुई ठो सिंग. है ना इसमें कोई डींग. हाँ जी हमरे दुई ठो सिंग. देखा है तुमने क्या बोलो. देखा है तुमने क्या बोलो. ऐसा कोई ह्यूमन बीइंग. हाँ जी हमरे दुई ठो सिंग. हाँ जी हमरे दुई ठो सिंग. Release Babban Hajam, soldiers. He's my royal, my personal Hajam, and release all the Hajams from the dungeons. Shouldn't I? I should release them, shouldn't I? Yeah?
Yes.
Let's all have a party. And while you all, right here in the tambu, I want you to sing along with me, dance if you like, but make sure that you keep this energy going for the rest of this festival. हाँ जी हम है ना इसमें कोई डींग. राजा जी के दुई ठो सिंग. है ना इसमें कोई डींग. राजा जी के दुई ठो सिंग. देखा है तुमने क्या बोलो. ऐसा कोई ह्यूमन बीइंग राजा जी के दुईठो सींग 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 राजा जी के धिन ताक धिन ताक धिन ताक. And at this point, my nani would have told me कि जैसे उनके दिन बहुरे तैसे सबके दिन बहुरे. Like they all lived happily ever after, may we all live happily ever after. Thank you.